take a good breath and I want you to try a hissing sound like this. Now, you might need to try this a few times in order to get a good time, but most of you can get something over about 30 seconds. And so you probably have more than enough air for singing. But why is it that when you go to a song, you're still running out of breath? Today, I want to talk about three other reasons beyond, just your breathing on why you might be running out of breath in a song. And we're going to start with some of the easier fixes and we'll progress to something that's a bit more deeper and long term. Now, the first reason here is, are you singing more legato and smooth, or are you singing something that's a bit more choppy and more like start and stop? Now, for example, if I was to just sing a word on mum and hold out a note, something that's more legato will sound like this. Mum, 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 versus mum, 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 mum. Now, I'm really kind of exaggerating the differences between these two, but the reason why they sound a little bit different is, touch wood, if you cut off my head, are your vocal folds constantly buzzing? Or are they starting and stopping? Unless, you're intentionally trying to be choppy or, starting and stopping the sound for like emphasis, the first one is usually going to sound a little bit smoother, but also at the same time, you're going to be a little bit more efficient with your air. Now, a quick way to develop a bit more legato into your singing is by starting off with a hum, making sure that you've got a constant flow of sound because those chords are just buzzing. Just kind of hold that out and then try to speak on top of that feeling, articulate on top of that feeling without losing that feeling of a hum or constant sound making. Kind of like this. Hey, my name is Ivan, I'm articulating over a hum. Kind of something like that would be more than enough to get into that feel. And of course, you finesse that a bit more into a song, as opposed to something that sounds a bit like this. Hey, my name is Ivan. I'm kinda starting and stopping the sound. A bit less like that. Now, before we dive into the second reason, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Ivan. I'm a voice teacher who works with students from all around the world over Zoom. And really on this channel, my goal is to make learning how to sing as simple and as easy as possible. So if that is up your lane, consider subscribing or just liking this video so you can see more of this in the future. If you're interested in working with me, you like some of the stuff that I'm talking about and you like my kind of style of teaching, I've also got some links down in the description on how you can work with me privately or through some of my self-study programs. Links down in the description. Now, if you're already singing fairly legato, so you're not really doing this kind of start and stopping thing unintentionally, as we talked about in reason number one, another reason why you could be running out of breath is simply the vocal folds, when they're closing, coming together and closing and resisting airflow. It's simply too inefficient. And I'm going to use the word inefficient here because it's not necessarily about overly gripping on the closure as well and just pressing everything as tight as possible. There is a bit of a balancing act, finding the right balance of closure to airflow. Now, and it really, clear example of something that's a bit more inefficient is, something like a whisper. If I'm kind of whispering to you like this, there's a lot more kind of air and there's not really too much kind of closure happening, as opposed to maybe the quality that I'm speaking to you right now. Notice if I kind of speak to you like this, right? There is, some kind of presence, there's some strength. It doesn't really sound like I'm leaking a lot of air. And at the same time, I'm also not having to feel like I'm gripping onto closure a lot in order to make a sound. And so this can be a really good way to start to build more efficient closure in your voice. You start off with clear, easy, effortless speech. Hey, my name is Ivan. This is how my voice feels like when I'm speaking. And then you build that into some scales. Mum, 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 mum. Okay, now let's talk about reason number three, because we started off with some quick and easy fixes. But at least from what I've noticed on my own teaching, my own kind of journey, generally, people don't have an issue with finding clear, easy speaking closure. They also don't really have too much of an issue finding, smooth legato singing. Sometimes, yes, we might need to kind of troubleshoot, but they're generally quick and easy fixes. What is really the challenge is that they can only do it in certain parts of their range. And typically what happens is as they go up higher and higher and higher, their ability to maintain, clear, easy, efficient speaking closure or that feeling of like being able to smoothly kind of connect phrases, that starts to fall. And so what often starts off as a breathing problem, in my opinion, is really just a range problem. Something I personally noticed with myself or, with my students, as we improve their technique or their ability to go through their range with more efficiency and engage the right muscles, holding phrases, sustaining, that gets a lot easier without ever having to really work on breathing. Because when you don't have the correct technique or you're not really engaged in the right muscles to get to the note, often we just compensate by gripping, pushing through more air, having to push through more volume. And every time we do that, we're using more air than we really need to, which I feel like is a huge reason why you're running out of breath. Now, if you feel like this is the case with you, a lot of the real work that you actually need to be doing is working on deeper fundamentals, learning how to engage the muscles that stretch and thin out the vocal folds, and really without changing anything else. I do have a lot of episodes that cover this on my YouTube or podcast. If you just search fundamentals or if you search range, you will find them. But specifically, I do recommend episode 219 or 220. So go check out those episodes. I think that could be really, really good. Anyway, that is all. If you found this episode useful, then please share this with a friend. This can really, really help grow, or like and subscribe if you want to see more of this. If you want to improve your voice with less of the headaches, then links once again are down in the description. Apart from that, my name is Ivan. I'm your voice teacher. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.